Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Chippy Gaming. So today, you join me once again on my journey through Terraria 1.4 Master Mode. And today, we're going to be talking about the twins. Now, when it comes to mechanical bosses for me, if I don't have a Daedalus Stormbow, I tend to opt for a ranger build and I'll often either do the twins first or I'll work on Skeletron Prime first. Now, for me, I feel like the twins is the easier out of the two because all you really need is a good bow, some good arrows, and a set of wings. Now, I've yet to fight Master Mode Skeletron Prime, and I've heard that he's a lot faster, so I'm kind of excited to see what that's all about. But yeah, we're talking about the twins today. So, I'll show you guys my build, but as always, these are not necessarily guide videos. They're more for people that want to see, you know, what the boss looks like and all the items and stuff like that. But here are some tips. So I'm using adamantite armor. You could obviously use titanium armor if you have that on your world. It used to be that adamantite was the worst out of the two, but now they're balanced pretty evenly. And then in terms of accessories, I have an obsidian shield so that I don't get knocked about. We've got wings, we've got movement, we've got jump height, which really helps in any boss fight that involves movement. We have a Shield of Cthulhu for dashing, a Ranger's Emblem for extra damage, and a Worm Scarf to reduce our damage. But I'll be real here, I never know what to use this 7th slot for. Well, I haven't found a good use yet, so I slapped a Worm Scarf in there. And then in terms of the weapon, we're using an adamantite repeater, and we are using holy arrows. Alright, so we're all buffed up, we're ready to go. I'm using Life Force and then some very generic potions. You should be using potions if you want to try and get the best results. But as always, guys, I say this, but I do know that weeks from now, people will have videos doing all of the Master Mode bosses with a copper short sword. So I do have 2 summons out, and I'm just trying to, I was trying to whip the boss basically so that I could get a little bit more damage. But you know what? Didn't really work out. So here's how I fight the twins personally. There are a million different ways to do it. You can make a big arena, or there's loads of ways to do all these bosses. But here's how I do it. I make one leveled platform, right? Which is this one right here. You'll see me use it throughout the fight. I'm filming this live, by the way. I keep talking as if I'm not. So I use this bottom platform to basically reset my flight. But other than that, I just use the sky as my arena, which I would recommend everyone to do here. It's the same with the Wall of Flesh, you know, you can spend forever making a big hell bridge, or you can just take advantage of what's going on in the world, you know. Like in Hell, you've got the big flat platform, which is lava, and you have all of space to fly around. So that's what I do. I try to keep it to one area. General rules for the twins, if you can do it. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but if you can try and make it so that they go to their second half at different phases, that will help you out a lot, because dealing with 2 of the second phases can be annoying. I personally find it's easier to go for the green eye, which is the one with the flamethrower, before doing the red eye. And I think it's because the red eye, for me, is the hardest one, but I feel like other people could probably argue against that and say that the red one is the easiest one. For me, it's just that I really struggle to dodge some of the lasers that the red one spits out. So I find that destroying the green one and then soloing the red one is just way easier. Now, in terms of the Master Mode item, it is still a 1 in 4 drop rate for the exclusive Master Mode item, which I believe, well, I know it is a pet. But I was about to say I believe most of them are pets, but I haven't seen them all yet, but I think they are. But the cool thing about the twins is that it's a 1 in 4 drop rate from both of the eyeballs. So it just makes things a little bit easier, especially for me, who's been struggling to get all the Master Mode items. But I don't want to make these videos unless I can show all of the different items. So for those that are wondering how much of 1.4 I've played, this is like literally me right now. You know, this is all I've done. I haven't seen the next boss. I fought, you know, the previous one. It was great. I really love Queen Slime. She is awesome. But yeah, I'm just working my way through at my own pace. I'm just enjoying the atmosphere of 1.4, really. These videos are like a neat little bonus for you guys. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with 1.4. I think you guys probably are as well, unless you're on console and mobile, which I know it's rough. I do know it's rough. I know a lot of you have been like, oh, hey, I want to wait until it's out on console. Could you make sure you don't spoil me? I feel so sorry to really kind of get at this, but the issue is I don't think it's going to be out on console for a very long time. If we look at 1.3, that took years to come out. Like, what was it, 3-4 years? Hopefully it's not that long. It probably won't be, but obviously I wanna carry on making these videos. But I do feel really sorry for you guys. I wish I could do something about it, especially in regards to spoilers, because, you know, people subscribe to the channel, and, you know, we're a news channel that covers spoilers. So, you know, those people are alright with it, but YouTube recommends my content to a wider group of people. So it's a horrible balance to mix out, you know. It's not great, and I feel really guilty about it, you know, to spoil things for the people that want to get spoiled. But that's why I waited, you know, over 24 hours to have the new boss out, which I think, I don't know. I mean, people play at their own pace, but I obviously got to that point in like 6 hours, so it's hard, right? I feel, yeah, it's conflicting, and hopefully you guys can understand the balance of it. So I actually have done the pro strat here, and I've managed to almost take out the green one before the red one. So let me continue that, but the red one's very close to turning. But you're going to thank yourself for it in the future, trust me. It is so much easier to balance one out than two. Yeah, this has gone really, really well. I like this. I really like holy arrows. They nerfed them, apparently, but, you know, I'm not really seeing the big nerf for me. I never really used them enough to really know about the nerf. I've seen the Daedalus Stormbow nerf, but I am still considering using it for the Destroyer. We'll get into that, though, when we get to the Destroyer, because I'm not too sure what my plan is going to be. The only thing is, I don't like farming out for the Daedalus Stormbow, but it is fantastic. It's been nerfed, but I could imagine that it's still probably really good at the Destroyer, to be completely honest. I mean, there's not too much you could do to nerf that out of progression. Maybe you can make it a lower drop rate, or you can make Hallowed Mimics harder so people aren't as incentivized. But the nerf that I saw, or that I assumed it kind of was, is that it fires a lot less. So it's still going to make everything harder, but it's still pretty fantastic, especially if you're using holy arrows like this, which I would definitely recommend. And it's nice because, as we're all incentivized to build now, you'll probably spend a lot more time in the Hallowed than before, you know, if you're setting up houses for the party girl and stuff. So chances are you'll probably see just the odd unicorn about. So you might just end up with loads of these. So to talk about why I think this part of the fight is harder than the other part, when it's firing the single laser like it is doing here, I've always really struggled with dodging the single lasers, not the quick lasers. So what I like to do is shift left and right rather than trying to fly up at an angle like this. I think flying up at an angle works for the fast phase, but yeah, avoiding that is all about just shifting left and right for me, which I hope makes sense. The Twins is one of those fights where it's a lot better if you've just fought it a lot of times, because the Twins is hard, you know. I mean, it's not as hard as some other bosses, but it's definitely difficult. I always struggled with it when it was first introduced, and I always found that Skeletron Prime was hard then as well, but I've kind of leveled out now. I think they're both pretty chill now. Okay, fight's going great. We got summons on the job. Oh god. Got to be careful though. I mean, I'm not a master at this, even though we're playing master mode. So I'm still not perfect yet. But we shouldn't have too long left. Although I do have a whole minute left on my heel, so I've got to be careful. And there we go, boys. That's it. So let me show you guys the relic. It looks pretty great. It's actually just over here. I'll show you. Got one set up already. There it is. Nice, right? So the pet is this one right here. This is it. So we got it in the live stream, but it's just called a pair of eyeballs. And they look like this. They're really nice. I really like them. It's funny because when I first saw them, I was like, why are they not like metal? But then I realized that the sprite for them is not as metallic looking as I first thought. But there you go. That's the drop, and that's the fight. Hopefully it helps. I don't know. Right. Have a great one, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you're new around here and want to consider subscribing, now's a really great time to join the channel. You know, when a new update comes out, it just means years and years of new things to talk about, and we're just at the beginning of that, so it's a great time to join. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you probably for the Skeletron Prime fight. That'll probably be next up. Right. Bye, guys. Peace.